Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm writing to Bhagavad Gita chapter 6. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, this is a different kind of yoga. Dhyana yoga? I'm sure I mispronounced it. Dhyana yoga. I do wonder how many different yogas are out there. It's very interesting. I do wonder why Advaita Vedanta, my gosh, I am sure I'm butchering that word as much as I've said it, focuses on the four. At least I know karma, bhakti, and jnana yoga. I'm not sure I've seen too many people talk about Raja yoga. Maybe it's something that's not so active because it's, I believe Raja yoga is meditation. So, and Jnana Yoga is the knowledge of who you are not, or what you are not, who you are by excluding what you're not. I believe, if I remember correctly, or Karma Yoga through actions and thoughts, and Bhakti Yoga by pure devotion or love. But then there's all these other yogas: Sannyasa Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, or Dhyana Yoga, and it's really crazy. I guess there are so many different methods and ways. That's great, honestly, but man, it's so many options. It's sorry not for getting in the video real quick, but just there are. It reminds me of the study that was done by well, I can't remember who done it, but anyways, they did a study and they have an ice cream place. This ice cream place has 144 flavors, and people went in there and came out, and they end up being disappointed with what they had because it's like, oh man, this tastes great and everything, but there could have been something else better out there. Whereas they did the same study, I don't know, with a different set of people or something, but they came in there with an ice cream with only 3 flavors: chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And people came out more satisfied. And it's really interesting to think that less options makes you happier. Now, I'm not sure that it'll apply to this. I think it's great there's many different options. I'm always supportive of that because, not every options work for everyone. But, anyways, just to throw that out there. So let's go and get started.
In chapter 6, Sri Krishna teaches Arjuna both how to meditate and what should be meditated upon.
Huh. Is Raja Yoga not meditation? Or are these two of the same ones, just different? Like maybe in Sanskrit it's Dhyana Yoga? And maybe in Hindu it's Raja? Help me understand this. There might be a different kind of meditation. Maybe. Obviously there's not one meditation method, so maybe that's the reason why.
Yet he begins the chapter with teachings carried over from the prior chapter, where he explains sannyasa, or renunciation. Here, Sri Krishna describes true renunciation as giving up all your attachments, expectations, and prejudice.
But isn't that essentially done in karma yoga, where with that you have action? I guess karma is very specifically action without attachment, whereas this one's perhaps without any kind of attachment, whether that be material attachment or other. It doesn't have to be action attachment.
Anashrita karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha sasanyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir na chakriyah yam sanyasamiti prahur yogam tam vidhi pandava nahya sanyasta sankalpo yogi bhavati kaschana arurukshourmuneryogam karma karanamuchyate yogarudhasya tasyaiva shamak karanamuchyate यदा हीनेन्द्रियार्थेषु न कर्मस्वनुषज्यते सर्वसङ्कल्पसन्न्यासी योगारूढस्तदोच्यते उद्धरेतात्मनात्मानं नात्मानमवसादयेत् आत्मैव ह्यात्मनो बन्धुर् आत्मैव रिपुरात्मनः बन्धुरात्मात्मनस्तस्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेदात्मैव शत्रुवत् जितात्मनः प्रशान्तस्य परमात्मा समाहितः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु तथा मानापमानयोः ज्ञानविज्ञानतृप्तात्मा कूटस्थो विजितेन्द्रियः युक्त इत्युच्यते योगी समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः सुहृन्मित्रार्युदासीन मध्यस्थद्वेष्य बन्धुषु साधुष्वपि च पापेषु समबुद्धिर्विशिष्यते.
I guess a quick question here is saying treat everyone the same, friend or foe. I would assume that doesn't mean that you don't forget what they've done, because you know the possibilities of them backstabbing you or killing you while your defenses are down. While you may want to treat everyone the same, but you absolutely have to remain vigilant for those who are backstabbers in a sense. While you initially treat everyone the same, you can forgive people for their actions, but you should always remember what actions they've done in the past and whether they continue to repeat that actions in the future even though they've been forgiven. Is that unreasonable? Or or do you just think of them as neither friend nor foe at all and treat friend and foe alike, meaning that you can let your guard down against your foes? Is that what they're trying to teach here? And that's very, well, obviously in a survival world, dangerous, because there are just bad people out there. Let me know. Hope you were going.
After finishing the topic left over from the prior chapter, Sri Krishna now begins to teach Arjuna how to meditate. During a prolonged battle, warriors in those times actually returned to their respective camps each evening. So Arjuna has the opportunity to practice the meditation techniques he's taught each night and following morning.
योगी युञ्जीत सततम् आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः एकाकीयत चित्तात्मा निराशीरपरिग्रहः शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य स्थिरमासनमात्मनः नात्युत्सृतं नातिनीचं चैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम् तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा यतचित्तेन्द्रियः क्रियः उपविश्यासने युञ्ज्यात् योगमात्मविशुद्धये समं कायशिरो ग्रीवं धारयन्नचलं स्थिरः सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं दिशश्चानवलोकयन् प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिर्ब्रह्मचारी व्रते स्थितः.
Oops. It's interesting. Sorry. Brahmachari. Observing the vows of a student. So Brahmachari, I remember in the comments someone said Brahmachari means like a student of Brahma. If I remember correctly. It's been a little bit. I've seen it a few times. It's just very interesting. I see the translation right there.
मनस्संयम्य मच्चित्तो युक्त आसीत मत्परः
Real quick right here. Sorry for pausing again, but this one, fixing the mind on me. One should sit concentrating on me. That seems to be like two things. I believe Dhyana yoga, but along the lines of Bhakti yoga, devotion to Krishna. So is this a two thing? Because there's different methods to getting enlightenment. Obviously, Bhakti yoga, by devoting yourself to God or gods or whatever it may be. This is what I'm getting at from this one. Fix the mind on me. One should sit and concentrating on me. So concentrating on Krishna. I guess that is, I believe, his God, right? Krishna? Or does he believe in a God and just Krishna just happened? Or does he even believe in a God and just Krishna happened to show up? Like, he's heard of Krishna but doesn't believe in Krishna until now? Or does he actually believe in Krishna, which I think it's actually... I think it sounds like he does believe in Krishna, and now his God shows up to him. So he is actually perhaps practicing Bhakti yoga as well, in terms of this meditation, Bhakti with Dhyana yoga.
Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyatamanasah shantim nirvana paramam matsamsthamadhigacchati.
Deep meditation requires a tremendously disciplined mind. You have to completely restrain your mind and carefully focus your attention within. Sri Krishna explains that such efforts can culminate in discovering your true inner self, Atma, to be the source of limitless happiness.
Natyashnatastu yogosti nachaikantam manashnatah nachati swapnashilasya jagrato naiva charjuna yuktahara viharasya yuktacheshtasya karmasu yuktaswapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha yada viniyatam chittam atmanyevavathishtate nihsprihas sarvakamebhyo yukta ityuchyate tada yatha deepo nivatasto nengate sopama smrita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanah yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati sukam atyantikam yattad buddhigrahyam atindriyam veti yatra na chaivayam stitaschalati tatvatah yam labdhva cha param labham manyate nadhikam tatah yasmin stito na dukkhena gurnapi vichalyate.
Regular meditation practice can gradually lead you to discover the so-called inner divinity that abides within you. According to Sri Krishna, that inner divinity is, in fact, a manifestation of his own supreme nature. In this way, Sri Krishna himself dwells in you and in every living being.
Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sannitam sanishchayena yoktavyo yogo nirvinna chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvana sheshatah manasaivendriya gramam viniyamya samantatah kshanai kshanairuparamit बुद्ध्या धृतिगृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत् यतो यतो निश्चरति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्ततो नियम्यैतद् आत्मन्येव वशं नयेत् प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनं योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम् उपैति शान्तरजसं ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम् युञ्जन्येवं सदात्मानं योगी विगतकल्मषः सुखेन ब्रह्मसंस्पर्शम् अत्यन्तं सुखमश्नुते सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि ईक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा सर्वत्र समदर्शनः यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां भजत्येकत्वमास्थितः सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि स योगी मयि वर्तते आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र समं पश्यति योऽर्जुन सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं स योगी परमो मतः.
Next, in spite of Sri Krishna's powerful teachings on meditation, Arjuna complains that he is still unable to control his restless, agitated mind.
Yoyam yogastvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pashyami chanchalatvat sitim stiram chanchalam hi manah krishna pramadipalabhatridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayorivasudushkaram.
असंशयं महाबाहो मनोदुर्निग्रहं चलम् अभ्यासेन तु कौन्तेय वैराग्येन च गृह्यते असंयतात्मना योगो दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः.
I do wonder though. I've said before that I don't mind my mind. I've not said that before actually, but I've said something similar to it, meaning that I don't try to control my mind, I don't try to control my thoughts, I just let it be. And I'm wondering if you can do it that way. I wonder if that's possible. I don't try to think of anything, and I don't, or maybe my mind does, but I'm just not aware of it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Unaware of my mind thinking of stuff. That's. But instead of trying to rail it in, can you just let go of it? Instead of trying to control it, but instead not control it and let it go. I don't know. I've tried meditating now a little bit, but it's very difficult. The mind's just kind of crazy. I guess I should try again and try not to control the mind. Instead just let it go. I don't know if that's possible. Let me know.
वश्यात्मना तु यतता शक्यो वाप्तुम् उपायतः.
The chapter concludes with a discussion about what happens to a dedicated meditator who strives hard but fails to gain enlightenment in this lifetime. Are all his efforts wasted?
Ayate shraddhayo pheto योगाचलितमानसः अप्राप्य योगसंसिद्धिं कां गतिं कृष्ण गच्छति कच्छिन्नो भयविभ्रष्टश्चिन्नाभ्रमिव नश्यति अप्रतिष्ठो महाबाहो विमूढो ब्रह्मणः पथि एतन्मे संशयं कृष्ण चेतुमर्हस्य शेषतः त्वदन्यसंशयस्यास्य चेतान्न ह्युपपद्यते
पार्थ नैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कश्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति प्राप्य पुण्यकृतान् लोकान् उषित्वा शाश्वती समाः शुचिनां श्रीमतां गेहे योगभ्रष्टोऽभिजायते अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरं लोके जन्म यदीदृशम् तत्र तं बुद्धिसंयोगं लभते पौर्वदेहिकं यतते च ततो भूयः संसिद्धौ कुरु नन्दन.
Okay. I'm guessing into a family of wise yogis he will be reborn. It's most difficult to get such a birth in this world. So I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Difficult to get born into wise yogis. There, all the wisdom from his prior life he will regain. Then he will strive again for enlightenment, or Arjuna. So this is a very interesting. This would prove reincarnation. Well, I guess I wouldn't say that, but like, how do you regain your wisdom from your prior life and strive for enlightenment? That would mean that you'd have to remember your prior life. And I talked about this in another video, I remember, and someone made a comment about the what is that? Was the soul, in a sense, that goes from body to body. Your I can't remember what the terminology is. Your body will die, but your memory, your imprints, I forget what it's called, but anyway, this soul, I guess you could say, goes to the next body. You're reborn in another body, and all this goes with you. Your karma, your karmic memory, some of your actual memories, apparently. Although it's kind of strange, because I believe memory to be your brain. Your brains, that's all it is. It's just a memory storage. That's the reason why we forget some things, because our brain fails us. So how? And I think I asked in that video, it's like, how do you carry your memory? Because I think your memory is, in fact, part of the physical realm, the material realm, and it's proven only because obviously we can forget. So it's not. I don't believe it to be part of the soul. If we can forget it, it's temporary. Our memory is temporary too. There's long-term memory, but it's still temporary. It's not forever memory. Long-term, 16 years maybe. Give or take 5. But yeah. Anyways, so this is kind of, it brings up to that point. There's all wisdom from his prior life he will regain, and then he will strive again for enlightenment. So for now, you're not enlightened, but you can achieve your wisdom from your prior life to continue your journey to enlightenment. I'm curious about that. How does that work?
Bhuyah samsiddhau kuru nandana purvabhyasena tenaiva ह्रियते ह्यवशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते प्रयत्नाद्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्धकिल्बिषः अनेकजन्मसंसिद्धस्ततो याति परां गतिम् तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद्योगी भवार्जुन योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां स मे युक्ततमो मतः।
ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे ध्यानयोगो नाम षष्ठोऽध्यायः।
Okay. So again, so the questions here is Dhyana Yoga and Bhakti, Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga and Dhyana Yoga, are they the same, or they're just different types of meditation techniques? And then obviously the other one, which is not really on this topic, but Krishna did bring up the fact that you'll have your memories. Essentially, you'll have the memories of all the things you've done in the past. In terms of enlightenment, trying to achieve enlightenment, you will obtain all that knowledge. But it's just kind of weird. Like I guess I got to read back in that one comment, kind of saying that your memories do carry on to your soul, but memories in my I guess I have not really heard the other swamis and gurus talk about how your memories are transferred. I've heard it somewhat. Sadhguru talked about people remembering things of their past, which they have no idea who it's about. Or is it Swami Sarvapyananda? I can't remember. I think they've touched up on that a little bit. But I'd ask the question, is it memory a physical thing? Like your arm, your body, if it's just part of the earth. It's how your brain's constructed. Because if they remove whatever part of your brain that contains the memory, and to remove that, and you're still functioning, just assume, then clearly the memory is a physical substance as opposed to something in the spiritual, I suppose. It's not part of the soul, right? Anyways, questions for you guys. Questions I have. I don't know if there's a video that teaches about that. I know Swami Tadatmananda talks about very early on when I started reacting to his videos about the Atman shining a light on all these buckets and how it's just illuminating these buckets of water. It's been forever since I reacted to that. I can't quite remember that far back. Anyways, that's my reaction to this. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up the sound down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.